Hey tubers, how are you? So, a couple of people lately have asked me what's going on with my Mustang project. Why have I picked a V6 versus a V8? All the standard questions you get when you do a project. So, basically what's going on with my heads are still at the shop. I haven't heard anything on them. I haven't really pushed on it because I've been working on the truck. The biggest reason I went with the V6 was because the V6 car only weighs about 2,800 to 3,000 pounds, something along those lines. I can get about 300 horse out of that motor just by putting a cam in it and doing a 4-angle valve job and boring the motor with the supercharger. So I can get somewhere around 275 to 300 horse out of it. That's more than enough for a street car. You don't need any more than that. Plus the car's light. It's still going to get about 24 to 25 miles to the gallon on average from other people that I've talked to. Who've done the swap, or similar people who've done similar swaps. So that is my reasoning behind it, not so much the power thing. Yes, you can get a lot more power out of a V8. However, I want a daily driver that is, relatively reasonable on fuel. And it's a cool project. You don't see too many T-Bird motors in Mustangs, so most of the time if you see a supercharger on a Mustang, it's just a bolt-on, like a Paxton or a Vortec or whatever the heck they call them, I don't know. But you don't see too many root-style superchargers from a T-Bird on a Mustang. Yes, I could get a Mustang and just bolt the supercharger on, but it's a lot of work, and, the bottom end wasn't built for that in a standard Mustang. The T-Bird motor actually has all forged internals in it, so it can handle the extra horsepower of the supercharger and stuff. So that's why I went with the Super Coupe motor. Plus I already had the Super Coupe motor. It was in the garage, so I just need a chassis. My biggest deal is finding a chassis that is limited on the rust. I don't care if the transmission works. I don't care if the brakes are shot. I don't care if the motor's blown up, as long as the chassis is good and you have the paperwork for it. That's my biggest deal. I haven't been able to find, a chassis like that. So, I'm looking for something in the 95, 96 range because it'll be early generation OBD2. The older, late model 95s actually had OBD2. The Mustang I had previously before I had the truck had OBD2 in it. It was an early generation, but it was OBD2. From what I can tell, that's the easiest, between late 95, early 96 is the easiest year to swap that into because it's before they get all the the PAT systems and all that stuff in there, so you don't have to worry about the anti-theft systems unless you put it in aftermarket. It's just the easier way to go. Maybe even a 94, but 94 is still OBD1, so it's going to be a little tricky to program it and stuff. The only reason I'd go with OBD2 is because I can hook my computer to it and actually program it and figure out what's going on with the motor. So I have my scanner here. I'm also going to be ordering tuning software for the truck because it apparently doesn't run correctly right now because I got cams in it and all that good stuff. So that's another story. But anyway, that's the update on my Mustang project. Anybody knows anybody who's got a chassis in Rhode Island, or I'm willing to travel to Mass, Connecticut, New Hampshire, as long as it's not like 3,000 miles west, I'm good.